Another part of your WordPress site that you definitely want to be dynamic is your navigation. This navigation is hard-coded into my PHP file. When I look at header.php, which is where my navigation lives, I can see that, yep, here's a list items, the actual names of those links. And of course that's fine in normal HTML, but remember how pages are built in WordPress. Your client, I'm going to head on over to the dashboard, you or your client create pages in the database by going to pages, clicking on add new. I will call this, squeaky toys. And here could be a list of favorite squeaky toys. I could add pictures or a gallery, anything that I would want to put on the page. But that's how a page is made, and then it's published. Now I have already created some pages. I have an About Archie, Squeaky Toys, Treats, Walking Routes, and this is the sample page that comes along with the WordPress installation. So these are the actual things that I want to appear in the navigation, not what I hard-coded in, because these could change at any moment. I could add new pages, I could edit, I could delete some, and I don't want to have to go back into my header file, open that up, and change these. And plus, I don't really know how I'm going to link to those. I don't really get how that structure is. So again, that really needs to be all done through PHP dynamically. So this is a two-step process. Not only do we need to introduce some information into the header, but we also need to open up an additional file called the functions.php. In the notes, make your site dynamic, there is a chunk called navigation and two different places where code needs to appear. Using this PHP, let me edit that a little bit so that reads better. Using this PHP will let the menu you create in the dashboard be part of your navigation. So this piece of code right here, I'm going to copy that. I'm in the header, but it's very possible that your navigation could be in the sidebar. You might want navigation in your footer. So it's not, just, I guess for now understand, it doesn't have to be your header. So where all of this hard-coded list is, from the UL to the ending UL and everything in between, I'm going to delete that and instead paste in the PHP, which will let the navigation come in dynamically. But that's just part of it. I also need to add some information to the functions. So let's save this. And I'm going to find functions.php. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. And there's some things in here already. I'm going to copy this chunk. So in functions PHP, you need to let WordPress know that you want a dynamic navigation area. So I'm copying all of this, and it can go paste right before the closing PHP tag. So copy, I'll just find that closing tag, make some room for it, and paste. Okay, so that's it. Save, my header's saved. I'm going to upload now both the header and the functions. Get both of those. Those had changes in. Upload. Do not need the dependent files. Okay. So here I am back at the dashboard of my site. And I want a dynamic menu, so I need to make a dynamic menu. So I have all of these pages, but I might want to reorder those. I might not want to include all of those in the navigation, and I might want some of these to be sub-navigation. And I can do all of that in the menus. All right, so I'm going to create a new menu. I'll just call this main nav. Okay, First of all, I probably want most of those pages to be part of my navigation. So Squeaky Toys, About Archie, Treats, Walking Routes. I don't want the sample page, so I won't select that. I can add that to the menu. If you had created categories, that could be part of the menu. If I have, custom links, so pugs.com, and the title of that could be Pugs site, add that to the menu. The cool thing about this is you can reorder these, maybe just for demonstration purposes. I will move Treats as a submenu underneath Archie. Okay, so here's our menu. I'm going to save that. Okay, so we know it's the main menu, but now we have to come over here and let it know that yes, it is in that main nav section. This is what we determined in the functions. So we'll save that, save that. Now when we come over to I Love Archie in preview, okay, so here is our dynamic navigation. Here's the About Archie with his treats. And these are all style decisions that I made way back in the original HTML. I can click on Pugs site. Oh, there I am. I've actually already gone to that site, so this visited colors is what is why there's a different color there. These do work. They are dynamic. My pages are still a little bit funky, but this is the Squeaky Toys page. Remember that dynamically we chose to have our site title brought in dynamically and the link back to the home page dynamically. So in clicking here, I don't have to worry about how that happened. I am back at the home page.